Sweet. Dude, I've been so chill this week. In fact, I've been like falling asleep like watching Netflix. It's been crazy. By the way, what's up, man? What's up?
Happy Friday, TGIF.
It's Friday at last.
Made it.
You know, and yeah, man, like this week has been compared to last week. Last week was just fall on your face, like crawling. I wasn't really crawling, so to speak, but it was. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm still glad it's Friday. I love Fridays, but damn it, man! Last week just, except for, all right, for all of you who are watching who live in Texas, you know what I'm talking about. We reached a record high in our temperature, 114.
114.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's day
crazy.
Sucked. It was bad.
How do you do it? You know, when I grew up in Texas, but now I live up here near Seattle, and we've been hot though. It's been in the 90s here.
Yeah, it's just been hot.
But I know it's not 100, but I mean, it's for here. It's hot. What sucks is a lot of places here don't have. A lot of people don't have AC. Like most houses don't have AC. I do, but a lot of places don't. Because you don't need it, but maybe a month out of the year. I mean, next Wednesday, the high is going to be like 75. And my mom's coming to visit from Texas.
Oh, nice.
So to get a nice cool down.
Nice.
But, you know, here's what my weeks felt like. It's like work got, just crazy busy. I mean, busier than ever, that you could possibly be.
Oh, yeah.
And I just had this, like, chill the whole time, like...
Yeah.
It's kind of like, I don't know, you're just walking through just landmines, but you're just like smoking a cigarette and just,
That's how my week was. It was a really nice week, and I can't say that too often because normally my weeks are just, this, that, and the other. I mean, I go from this, that, and it just, but this week was actually really bearable. I mean, I got a lot done this week. I'm doing some recording, and I'm really looking forward to that. But this week didn't suck. Not like usual.
I know. Usual. Like with me, this week should have sucked. But I kind of felt though like I walked out a minute ago, and like my sprinkler in my yard was like flipped over, and just kind of like no water was coming out. It was just kind of. That's just kind of like. That's where I'm at right now. Yeah, I'm just here.
But and I didn't need anything other than my usual beer, wine. I did a little wine shopping today, and I'm totally hetero, so I'm just gonna throw that out there. But it was not. Well,
you get burned out on beer.
Yeah.
And I love craft beer. I love IPAs and stuff. But I like wine. I love nice Merlot or something, and something you can just kind of sip on.
I want something different. In fact, I go to the same place. I go to Twin Liquors every Friday. The people know me. They know me by name. I get like one of the guys. His name's Tommy. So Tommy, if you happen to be watching, this one's for you. But Tommy's always like pointing me to like the best wines, the best beer, and things like that.
Yeah,
they're
like
great.
Winologists in there.
Yeah, it's great. And for me, it was nice because I was like, all right, man, I need something just real mellow. It's been a mellow week. I didn't need any drugs. I just, just sipping on some beer, sipping on some wine. But man, it's been a nice week, and that's why I'm looking forward to this. In fact, I'll have to be honest. Like, I was watching Harry Potter earlier, and man, I'm so chill. I'm just like, oh man, we gotta record. Oh shit, we gotta film in like an hour. So I'll like play some Xbox just to kind of keep me going. I'm like, come on, man, come on. So I'm like, ready. I'm ready now.
Yeah, that's just kind of where I'm at. It's just like, the whole world could blow up, and I would not care this week. And so, I have had a little edible action tonight, and along with some chamomile tea. That's something I've gotten into is teas.
Really,
just because coffee's real hard on your stomach, and I got a lot of stomach issues. And God, listen to us tonight. We're talking about the weather, our health ailments. But
it's been nice though. But we were talking about starting a new segment, and we're going to start this tonight, where we call this Guitar Gear. We haven't come up with a name yet, but I thought about starting this tonight because we've been playing guitar for a long time, and you've got an electric, I've got my acoustic, so I thought we'd start with some guitar gear. The difference between electric and acoustic. For those who are novices, who are like, what guitar do I start with? Or for those who are more experienced, and really, we've talked many times about tone. What sound do we like? So I thought you could start with things that you like about your electric with your Fender Strat.
Yeah.
What tones do you get out of that compared to playing an acoustic, which I'll talk about in a minute. But go ahead and tell us what you like about the electric guitar.
Well, yeah, this is just a Fender Strat. I kind of went through a thing where I played Ibanez electric for a long time, and and then some Les Paul model, like Epiphone Les Paul stuff, and I couldn't. I wasn't reaching where I needed to be. You know what I mean? Like I was, coming up with some cool stuff, but I wasn't getting where I was. The sound wasn't right. And then I started looking at Telecasters, and I wasn't a Tele player before, so I kind of got into Teles, and then which led to Strats, and just listening to like Buddy Guy, and because I've kind of gotten lately where, I don't listen to a lot of rock anymore.
I don't either.
I just just the rock station on the radio. I don't. I just don't listen to it. I usually just have my phone, plug it in. I listen to a lot of like Buddy Guy and even Clapton, stuff like that. But Strats just have that.
What effects are you using on your amp?
None. Just a bunch of just delay, little bit of delay. Just
so
reverb.
That's it. Which sounds amazing. Just those two effects just blended together. It's amazing.
Yeah, and there's just even with the pickup selector switch here, there's just so many voices that you can reach, and for me, a Strat kind of expresses, what the sounds that are in my head. It's the best way to deliver those, you know, and they're just comfortable, and I like it.
That's great. But what was it about the Strat? Like when you went from Ibanez to Fender, what was it about the transition? Like, was it the first time that you picked up a Fender where you're like, I'll be damned.
Up until like 2-3 years ago, I was against Strats. I was like, everyone plays a Strat. I want to play something different. I want to be weird. But a lot of it is just this part here, just the body style.
It's comfortable. It's very comfortable.
You don't know when I would play like in my Ibanez or which I love Ibanez and I love Gibsons and but I don't know this one just kind of, it's contoured, it's just comfortable. It doesn't feel like a boat paddle. I mean, it's an actual, so a lot of it's just comfort. I'm getting older now, and I don't want to, and I just want to play. I don't want to fight the damn thing.
Exactly.
I want it. I want to be able to play and stay in tune, and it does.
Yeah, it's nice. It's nice. I mean,
and there's a ton of other guitars I want. I want a hollow body. I want, different. I mean, there's all kinds. PRS we've talked about.
PRS is a great guitar.
And I think different guitars for me anyway, make me play differently.
Right.
And I have quite a few guitars. And if I want a kind of a twangier low end sound, I'll go grab the Telly.
Yeah.
That's you get some country licks and even some rock stuff. But so you can kind of pick and choose, what kind of mood you're in, and what's going to deliver that best.
Oh yeah.
And so
it's so diverse though. I mean, that's the beauty about having different guitars, and for those of you who are who have just one guitar, I mean, that's great and all, but at the same time, if you do get to expand on your guitar collection,
it'll happen.
It's going to happen. In fact, there's kind of this joke that if you can go 12 months without buying another guitar or some crap like that, but it's true. Yeah. It's true because you want, the more that you play, you're going to want that guitar that's going to fit the sound you're looking for. And since both of us grew up on rock and grunge, post-grunge, that kind of thing, classic rock, we're looking for, and now instrumental, we're looking for that sound, which I'm using a, damn it. I'm trying to angle this shit just right, damn it. But I'm using a Taylor, and normally I am playing an electric guitar, and that's why that I wanted to have this kind of a contrast with Brian showing his Fender Strat and me showing an acoustic, to show you the difference between the different sounds, why do you want them, and the pros and cons. Because if you think about it, with the pros would be, okay, well, for me, electric is easier to play. Of course, if you get the action low enough, and for those of you who don't know what action is the distance between the string and the fret. It's easier to play, which is usually going to happen on an electric. But with an acoustic, you can just pick it up and play. You don't flip on a switch, that kind of thing. But also tone. And I think tone is really nice about that, is because for me, do more finger style, and that's why that I picked up this Taylor, because I specifically selected this guitar for its just kind of a nice.
It just wants to sing.
It wants to sing. In fact, I'm actually using this guitar to record tomorrow, and for me using it, and I'll tell you, it's still to this day different. It's a different feel using an acoustic, because I don't normally use acoustics. I'm usually grabbing my Les Paul or some electric guitar. So for me, playing an acoustic feels different. So I would say for me, it's all about grabbing the guitar for what I'm either writing and or recording, which usually they coincide together. So
yeah, and it's. I'd suggest anybody, and people have asked me, when they're just starting out, should I get an electric or acoustic? Because for the novice, they might think it's just two totally different instruments, and where it is, but an E chord is an E chord, but I don't know. I'd recommend both. I mean, and really, especially with an acoustic, and I hear the mistake people make where they'll try to kind of play it like an electric with just these kind of, and it's like, an acoustic guitar, I mean, in the wood and everything they use and the way it's designed, the bracing inside the guitar.
Yeah.
So you can use all of that. Those are your effects pedals.
Yes.
And even to where, if you're recording and it's a really sensitive mic, how far you hold the guitar from your body, or where, they're a lot more sensitive than I think people think. I put really light gauge string. I play 9s.
Yeah.
No, I play 10s on my acoustics.
Really?
9. Yeah, just put 10s. They're
like a light lightest, gauge or
the lightest.
Yeah.
I think they're billed as extra light.
Okay. Okay.
I just like lighter strings. And Billy Gibbons from ZZ Top. And look how fat their sound is. And I always thought he's got to be playing like 12s or 15s. I mean, these monsters. He plays 9s.
Does he really?
Ball 9s, yeah. Huh. And I think it was Bo Diddley or something that told him, like, hey, why are you working so hard? Just put light gauge strings. And and so I like them. I mean, I haven't noticed a difference in, but anyway.
One of my, a student and a parent both asked me about strings. And the more that we talk about guitars, we also have to talk about strings, and we could even make this a topic within itself, or at least a segment, and that is deciding on what strings you want. So we talk about the gauge or the thickness of the strings, but also there's different types of strings for both electric and acoustic that are getting, some are going to give you a brighter sound, like a more bronze wound, or some are going to give you a more mellow sound. So you also want to find, but it's all dependent on the style that you're playing. And I can't stress that enough, that, if you're going to play rock, but then again, if you're going to crank that shit up to 11 and, with a dumb bunch of distortion, it really doesn't matter what type, of course, gauge, yes, but if you're really honing in on your craft and you're really honing in on your sound, especially with an acoustic. And something else that I've noticed is, where did I play around the sound hole? And being more instrumental and finger picking, I found that there's a difference. Like if I play closer to the bridge, I'm going to get more of a brighter sound here. If I move closer to the sound hole, I'm going to get much more mellow sound. And I noticed that when it's like, crap, man, so where you strum on an acoustic makes a difference. And something else is, and I try to get my students to understand that strumming does not make it louder. You don't have to. You don't have to dig your pick in.
I was about to say, I haven't broken. I'm going to break a string tonight.
Yeah.
But I haven't broke a string in years.
I haven't either.
But strings are made better now, I think.
Yeah.
And I change them religiously. That's when I'm a string snob. And I'm like, I'll sit here and oh wait, there's a little burr there.
Which brings up a good point. Tell everyone, when is a good time to do a string change? When you feel, what should you be feeling on the strings where you go, oh, maybe I should change the strings?
Yeah, if the bottom string feels like the top string.
Yeah.
If that one's supposed to be smooth, and I mean, your fingers, when you're done playing, they'll be in kind of rougher shape. They'll be, you won't get that crisp sound and
a lot of resonance. Yeah, exactly.
So and I always before I record, I'll put some strings on a couple days before and let them break in.
Yeah.
And, but I read that the bass player Ben Shepherd for Soundgarden.
Really?
He doesn't change the strings on his bass.
What?
He doesn't like. He likes the sound, that muddy. They have a really muddy bass sound.
Well, yeah,
and
of course.
But he doesn't. No, he doesn't. Very seldom does he change his bass strings. I saw that on an interview.
Oh my gosh!
And it's funny, speaking of him, and they call him, I think his nickname is like the angry one, because he always looks mad, and he is.
Yeah.
I went to a Soundgarden show, and thank God I was able to see Cornell perform, before he died. And I saw him here in Washington. And I remember I went by myself that day. It was awesome. And I was like I was fourth row, and it was Soundgarden and Nine Inch Nails.
Oh, my
It was a double
gosh.
concert.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh, man. It was great. I was on just cloud nine. It was like my birthday present to myself. It's like I'm going to a show. Because, when you buy one concert ticket, you can get really good seats. So, like, if you don't have any friends to go with,
right?
You just want to. There's always one peppered in here and there. So that's me. But anyway, that bass player just stared me down the whole night. I'm not. It's probably all in my head, but it just really felt. And it was uncomfortable. I was trying not to make eye contact, but he was like, I was like, he's just. But I'd read some other stuff online where he'll do that.
He'll just stare you down.
He'll just stare you down. And I say all night. It was probably for 2 minutes. But
it felt like it. Felt like longer.
Loaded. Yeah, I was loaded. But anyway. Yeah. Also, we were going to kind of get into some gear review stuff. And tonight, I was not ready to really go. I was like, there were some pedals and stuff. We'll get into that. But there is something. And that is
what you got.
Something I've been the most impressed with lately.
Yeah.
Is the guitar cord. This one. Yeah. This one. I'll hold it up. Jesus, Brian. Okay. Yeah. It's a pig hog.
A pig hog.
Pig hog guitar cord. Musiciansfriend.com. I use those for buy almost everything there, and they had it on sale. I don't know, it was like $10, $15, I don't know. And but it's the most, and that's another. I'm kind of a chord snob because nothing will f up a gig.
Yeah.
Like a bad chord, you'll cut out. So, but it's this heavy duty, and it's got a lifetime warranty. But it's just you got to pick one up, dude. Or maybe I'll get you one for your birthday.
Cool.
It's just a cool feeling. I don't know. I'm excited about it.
Kind of a tweed. It kind of also like a tweed feel, or
yeah. But it's just heavy duty. I'll use these. I don't have one here. Yeah, dude. I'll use these Fender heavy duty cables.
Yeah.
Black, because they have a lifetime. I guess if they crap out, you can send it back and they'll send you a new one.
Right.
Or something. But so that's another thing. When you're buying stuff, look at the warranties. I've found that, and guitar cables, they go out all the time.
Yeah.
So look for something that, you might pay a couple bucks more, but, if it's got a lifetime warranty. I didn't know so many of them had it, but I guess some of them do. So,
it's one thing I've never. Well, no, I can't say never. The only time that I've ever really screwed up a guitar cable was the whole yanking. Don't yank it by the cord. Pull it out. I mean that because that's how you destroy guitar cables is grabbing the actual cord and yanking it out.
Ripping it.
You do that enough times that you're going to break the solder eventually.
Yeah. And don't even try to resolder it. My dad, let me tell you, and if you guys, follow me online and stuff, my dad died recently, so I play his guitar a lot sometimes, and I'll put his songs on SoundCloud and stuff.
Yeah.
And what was I talking about?
SoundCloud.
Yeah. I started thinking about what happened. I started thinking
butterflies.
About wait a minute. Hang on.
It's there.
Yeah, it's there. So check me out on SoundCloud if you want your bass melted. But anyway, where I was going with that. He would have a guitar cable. He was a great guitar player.
Yeah.
He would mend a guitar cable 1,000 times before he'd buy another one. Every I mean, every time, like, and I used to play a couple gigs, like at St. Louis, like in high school. We had like the little church band or whatever.
Right.
My cable, because that's all I had, was what my dad had.
Yeah.
You know? It'd be up there, and you'd be in the middle of, the sermon, and then pop. My guitar cable's shorting out, and the amp is, So anyway, yeah. Well, we're probably getting close to our time, although we can go on all night.
Oh, I know. It feels like it. So I thought we would do some blues, but I'm gonna raise it up a little bit and eventually I'll do a guitar review on capos, and I've got a real big one. Really.
It's a shitty capo. I bought it because it was gold.
It's made of gold.
I don't know. I've had this thing the last couple. I don't know. But gold. Anything that's. I've got gold on my Strat.
You've got bling. Blingo blango.
Bruno Mars got nothing on me.
That's right. You're the shiznat.
What Fred are you capable of?
All right, so I'm
John and his tunings.
All right, well, okay. Real quick, I normally play in in E flat tuning, which is half a step down from standard E, and I do that because I can always capo up. That's the way I look at it. So I would be playing in E flat, E, F. So I'm in F now. Okay, yeah, let's challenge you. I'm in F sharp tuning. The blues. Challenge accepted.
Challenge accepted.
I've got a story to tell real quick, and that is I once wrote a blues song in the key of F sharp major, and I had my he was my music theory professor, and I went and played sax. I went and played saxophone, threw a little lead on it, and when I told him what key it was in, he looked at me. I kid you, are you shitting me? Because in saxophone, you've got to transpose it, and he's like, really? So anyway, so I thought that's why F sharp just kind of stuck out. So
did you nail? I mean, did you play the saxophone?
Oh no, he played the saxophone. On my album.
You got a saxophone somewhere over there. We're gonna get it out.
Yeah, right.
We're gonna check it. Actually, I have a request. See, nobody knows. Okay, I went over to John's. What was it, like a year ago?
Yeah.
And we were just jamming and just shooting the shit. And you just gotten your Les Paul.
Yes.
Yeah, so we were checking that out.
Yeah.
Actually, I didn't let you have it until I left. Now I remember. I was like, does he want this back? He's got it all day tomorrow. You know?
Whatever.
But I look over, and across the room, there's this little Fender case. Kind of, what is that? That's my Stevie Ray Vaughan Stratocaster. Like, wait a minute, where's that been? You know, so don't let
you being a Fender man, of course, you're like, let's see it. What?
Hang on a minute. Yeah. So you'll have to bust that out one night.
I will.
Just at least me.
Just for shits and gigs. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, that would be cool if we both grab our Fenders same time. We may have to do that. All right, so stick around next week, people, because I may just bring out. I'll have to go into the studio to do this, but we may just bring out and do what? Dual Fenders. Oh shit! It just got real right here.
And we'll plan that out like we did tonight, like 1 minute before we hit record.
Where I'm gonna get a text message from Brian saying, don't forget the Fender. And I'm going to go, oh, shit, which means I have to reset up in the studio and be like, okay, let's get everything going. So, but don't forget, everybody, we've got some new subscribers, which, by the way, I want to say thank you. We want to say thank you.
Thank you so much.
We really appreciate you following us. So don't
tell your friends.
Subscribe. Tell your friends. Millennials, we're waiting for you to really bring this out.
We want this in Times Square on New Year's Eve.
Hell yes.
That's
Guitar
my goal.
Dudes Times Square 2019. So don't forget subscribe, share, like. Am I missing anything? Tell your friends.
I'm still that little sprinkler that's not...
All right, everyone. We'll see you next time.
Good night.
Night.